Hi friends, welcome to my channel. Today I will show you how I care for my Phalaenopsis orchids. These are one of the most common variety of orchids. Those are easily available and are very famous owing to their beautiful flowers that come in various shapes and sizes, and due to the longevity of the blooms, they can last up to months. These are medium-sized orchids and they can easily be kept on a tabletop or on a window sill, and they can easily be grown indoors. I grow mine on the shadier portion of my balcony. They will do good in any bright spot of your home. Best grown near an eastern or southern facing window. They don't like intense sun and heat as they tend to get sunburns, so any bright spot with filtered light will be good for them. We can tell if they are getting adequate light or not from the color of their leaves. They tend to have darker leaves when they receive lesser amount of light, and in bright adequate light conditions the leaves will be lighter and they may develop some purplish spots or freckles on the leaves. Please note that some Phalaenopsis may have darker or lighter or mottled leaves inherently depending on their genetics. Coming to the temperature, Phalaenopsis orchids, they like intermediate temperature to thrive. The ideal temperature ranges between 18 to 25-26 degrees Celsius, but I am growing my Phalaenopsis orchids in very hot summers where the temperature goes beyond 40 degrees Celsius, and for about 4 years now, and still my Phalaenopsis, they are doing well. But I have to be extra cautious during summer months. During May and June, the hottest months, I bring my Phalaenopsis inside and I leave my ceiling fan on most of the days, so that that keeps my orchids cool and it circulates the air adequately. Phalaenopsis, they need a drop in night temperature for initiation of flower spikes. They require a minimum of 12 to 13 degrees Celsius difference between day and night temperature to put out spikes. I generally get spikes in my orchids starting from somewhere between November December, and they bloom in Jan Feb, and the blooms, they last for about 3-4 months and generally they fade in May. Coming to watering, I spray the mounted Phalaenopsis once daily during summer months and on alternate days, or even once in every 2 days in rainy season, and in the winters I reduce watering to just once or twice a week. I again resume to my normal watering schedule from the beginning of February. For the potted ones, I water them by running water through the pots thoroughly twice a week in the summers and once a week in the winter. Actually, it depends. I prefer clear plastic pots with large drainage holes so that I can see whether the media is dry or not. The roots appear greenish when the media is wet and they appear silvery white when the media is dry. Whenever in doubt, you can leave your Phalaenopsis unwatered for a couple of days before watering again, as this won't hurt the plant, but overwatering the Phalaenopsis can certainly cause many problems like root rot and crown rot. Make sure the media is dry before the next watering. I use regular tap water for watering my phals, but if you have hard water, then you can definitely use distilled water or RO water or collected rainwater for watering your Phalaenopsis. Unlike tap water, the other sources, they don't have trace minerals, so you have to add a little bit of trace minerals to the water while every time you water your Phalaenopsis. Coming to the media, I prefer mounting my Phalaenopsis as majority of the roots are exposed to air this way, hence there is less chances of rot even if I overwater. But Phalaenopsis, they also do really well when they are potted. For my potted phals, I use an airy chunky mix of charcoal, brick and broken clay pot pieces and sphagnum moss in a ratio of about 60:40. I make sure to place a little more moss on the top of the plant as the top tends to dry out faster than the bottom portion. So this way the pot will evenly dry out, and the extra moss on the top, it will help preserving more moisture around the base of the phal from where the new roots they arise. So it will help in promoting growth of new roots. I fertilize my Phalaenopsis all year round with organic fertilizer, that is liquid seaweed extract and Epsom salt dissolved in water every 15 to 20 days. And in the winters I generally reduce watering, so I reduce the application of fertilizer as well, maybe just once a month or so. What I have noticed is that the Phalaenopsis, they don't need any special fertilizers or bloom promoters for producing spikes and blooms, but what they require is the drop in nighttime temperature and adequate bright light for blooming. Phalaenopsis can be tricky to grow at the beginning, as they are more prone to root rot and crown rot than and other bacterial and fungal diseases than other orchids. But with the usage of proper media and avoidance of overwatering, those diseases, they can certainly be kept in control. The blooms are beautiful. They come in variety of sizes, starting from very tiny little ones to quite large ones, and they can brighten up any garden and any corner of the house. And there are scented Phalaenopsis too, so you definitely can try having one and growing one. So thank you, friends. If you have any queries and suggestions, please leave in the comment box below. Thanks for watching. Bye bye. Take care.